In this first look video from InfluenceWP, we are checking out a WordPress plugin called Bitform. This is going to give you an advanced WordPress form builder. Before we poke around the Bitform website here a bit and then look at the actual solution together, just a quick bit of housekeeping. First look videos cover products and services we have no prior experience with. They show vendors how new users experience their website, product, and services for the very first time. These videos are unedited, high-level introductions that are not paid for, they're not sponsored, and there are no affiliate links associated. If you would like videos like this or other types of videos created for your business, go to influencewp.com/partners and request your free lifetime partner membership. And we thank Bitform for being a partner. If you go over to our website, find the deals area, do a search for Bitform, you'll find an exclusive deal that is on top of the crazy deal that you already see on my screen right here. So go grab the exclusive deals going on. All right. Okay. So the website is bit-form.com. All right. I'm just going to jump right down into the footer as I like to do, unless something catches my eye. All righty. So I want to pull up all of the features and run through those just because I don't want to miss any when we're actually looking at the solution together. I want to look at the integrations list real quick, documentation, the change log, the about page. They have an affiliate program if that's something you're interested in. You can follow them on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. All right, so let's run through these features very quickly. Drag and drop form builder, 45 plus form fields, multi-step forms, numerous field settings, conditional logic, advanced fields, advanced file uploads, image select, conversational forms, currency field, signature field, highly customizable form style editor, entries, form submissions, partial submission, advanced calculations, front end view and edit, secure payments, form spam protection. Lots and lots of really cool features. Okay, integrations. So a lot of big names on here. I love the ability to search through the integrations, especially once they start bringing on more and more integrations over time. The ability to search is cool. You can also filter by the particular categories. Moving over to the documentation, we see the ability to search. So let's just try something out. Let's try conditional. Oops, misspelled. Let me spell that right. There we go. Let's try out one of these docs. So we see some embedded videos along with some text. Very, very cool. Okay, this caught my eye. What is this over here? Okay, so you can increase the font size if you would like to do that very quickly. That's a nice touch. Here it looks like we have the ability to switch between light and dark mode. Also a very nice touch. Super, super cool. All right, I assume the rest of the documentation is that good, but I'm actually going to pull this over to my other screen in case we need it. Here we have the change log. I love to see dates with the version numbers. Very, very cool. Nice change log. Looking at the about page, very nice. Faces with names, I'm assuming we're going to see here. There we go. So a lot of vendors out there could take a page out of the Bit Apps team's book. This is a very, very nice about page. Okay. Establishes trust, faces with names, who's behind the product. Very, very nice. All righty. I think that covers it. Let's go check out the solution. So I've got just a test WordPress site here with a block theme installed, just a handful of plugins, not even a handful, just a couple, two of which are Bitform and Bitform Pro. You need Bitform for Bitform Pro to work. You can get Bitform, the free version, from the WordPress repository, or you can download it from your Bitform account. Okay, so let's go ahead and get going. I'm going to click on Bitform here in the left sidebar. So right off the bat, it's kind of taking us into creating our first form. We're not going to do that just yet. Let's poke around a bit. Form templates. So we have a bunch of nice templates to choose from. It looks like we can view a demo before we choose the template, which is nice. So just a simple little newsletter form there, and then an explanation of why to use this, how to use it. That is a very nice touch. So yeah, so we see a lot of really nice templates here. Let's just go back to the basic and let's use this template. Holy smokes. Okay. So over here on the right-hand side, in the middle, we've got our form fields. On the right-hand side here, we've got all of our current fields as well. So it looks like we can click into these. Wow. Let's go back here. Fields list. What can I do in this? Okay, so you can expand it that way. So either click on it or expand it that way. Look at all of these settings. This is unreal. Lots and lots of beautiful settings. Very, very nice. And then over here on the left-hand side, we've got all of our available fields, which is incredible. This is incredible. All right. We also have the ability to create steps if we want. So I could click add step here. So step 1, step 2. Let's go ahead and remove the step. We can clone a step, it looks like. We can do some settings for the steps, such as adjust the buttons. Wow. I'm impressed. I am already super, super impressed. Okay. We won't get into all of these settings. There's just too much to cover for a first look video. But let's see what some of this stuff is. Let's click on style. So we can set our accent color. We have a color picker, very nice. Field size, let's go large. Theme, let's choose this other Atlassian theme just for fun. Border radius we can adjust. Maybe we just want a 5 pixel. Can we change the values? Wow. You can change the value so you don't have to just go pixel. You can go rem, percentage. It's like they've thought of everything here. So that is very cool. All right. What do we have up here? We can view on desktop, tablet, and mobile to see how it's going to look. We have the ability to set breakpoint sizes. We can undo, redo. We have a history if we need to roll back. Clicking the gearbox, we can set the entire form width, work with atomic class prefixes, choose dark mode if we want, based on certain other things. So we could use system preference, user system preference. So that would be, on the front end, the user is going to fill out the form and you can give them the ability to choose, and you have other options there as well. You can also, it looks like you can add some custom JavaScript and CSS, and then you have different editor themes here. Oh man, they've got it all covered. Okay, what else do we need to look at here and here? We can let's see what this is. So that's the theme customization. I'm up here in the top right. Back to the edit screen. Okay, let's preview this on the front end. Let's save our changes, preview on the front end. And we don't have any entries here. So let's go ahead and do something. So we have an entry. Let's fill out this form. Okay, we didn't do anything custom to what happens once you submit the form. So it's just going with that default submission successful message, but you can do all sorts of things from what I read in the documentation before hitting record. So there can be like some sort of a redirect or all kinds of things that you can do. All right, let's go back and let's refresh the entries. There we go. From here, it looks like we can do all sorts of filters. I assume over time you're going to have a lot of entries in here and you maybe need to filter them out. Obviously right now it's not a big deal. You can create filters, you can search, you can do data views, allow users to edit form entries. So like after the fact, they've already, submitted the form, they could later go back in and edit those. All right, let's go back. How do we go back to our entries? There we go. So we can quickly see the name, message, email, status. Let's see what's over here. I'm not sure why we'd want to duplicate a message, but you can. You can delete them. You can edit a message. I'm not sure why you do that either, but you can. Maybe it has something to do with the data views. I'm not really sure. Again, it's part of this high level introduction. We're not going to get into all the weeds, but maybe I shouldn't say I don't know why you would duplicate and I don't know why you would edit. Maybe there is a valid reason. View analytics report. Super cool. So you can do analytics based on just off entries, as well as other stuff. I'm sure you can export the data. So maybe you manage websites for your client and you want to do some sort of a report of who's filling out the forms, or maybe you need it for yourself to run it, to drop it into another program and do some analysis or whatever. Super, super cool. All right, let's go to settings. All kinds of settings here. I'm actually going to take myself off the screen here just to get out of the way. So we're in form settings now. We're not going to run through all of these. All kinds of stuff in here. There's just so much. Lock down your forms by IP, reCAPTCHA, things of that nature, validating the forms, confirmations. We saw this when we submitted the form. The success error messages, you can change what it says. This probably the styling. Yep, change the styling. You can do redirect to a page. You can do nothing. Conditional logic. So we're not going to get into the weeds and all of that either, but it's kind of like if this form field is filled out, what happens next? Maybe it triggers another set of fields or field, but you can set all of that up. Email templates. Let's go add new template. So you can build, looks like you can build your own custom templates. Let's go to integrations. We saw all of the integrations that are available. Let's just look at one because I have WooCommerce installed. Let's see what that says. Okay, WooCommerce integration. Let's click connect. Next, select module. Let's go product. Okay, so you can kind of walk through what you want the integration to be. Maybe it's a customer related or product related. So let's go product. Let's just see if we can flow through all of these, finish and save. There we go. Let's edit this one now. So with product selected, we can then map fields. So we have all these field options here. Map those form fields to the various WooCommerce fields. Very cool. Map file upload fields to WooCommerce fields, and so on and so forth. Let's try customer while we are in here. Let's go WooCommerce again. Let's go connect. Let's go customer this time. Okay, so here you go. Similar deal. Very cool. Let's go to form abandonment. So this is going to be, do you want to take any action when somebody abandons a form? So if I was to come over here and maybe I just put my name in and message, and I was distracted. Maybe my dog started barking and I had to bring them back indoors from playing outside or whatever reason. I just abandoned this form. Then you could take action on that. What happens? Okay, so by default, it looks like it's going to save a draft when the user leaves the form page. Like I said, they come over here, they get distracted, maybe they close down this window or whatever. Bitform can take action on that sort of stuff. Okay, data views and edit. I am not 100% sure what the data views are. So let's do a search on that to see what actually this is doing. All right, let's pull up their docs here. Data views. They probably have a link to this also. Let's go back here. Let's go here. Here we go. So data view. So it's the entries. Okay. So you can take all of the entries and display them on the front end. And yeah, okay. That makes sense. So come in here, create your views, however it is you want to style it up. Back here in the settings is where you can determine who can see those views based on role or whatever logged in, plus roles, all kinds of different ways you can set that up. Super, super cool. Okay, conversational forums. So if you're not familiar with these, maybe you've seen like Typeform, for example, where you can start a conversation. It feels like you're talking to the forum, that sort of thing, versus like the traditional form fields. So super, super cool here. And then they give you a short code where you can go embed this. So I could take that short code, go over to a page on my website. Let's see if I duplicate this. Let's go over to my pages. Let's go here. We're in the block editor. Let's do a slash short code. Let's drop in that short code for that conversational form and save. View that on the front end. And not sure what's going on there. Probably something I did. Let's see here. I'm not quite sure what I did. It's probably something I did. Maybe, but what's this? Let's check this out on the front end. Maybe we do it this way. There we go. Okay. So it's something I did. Okay. So this is, you start the form. This is what it's going to look like. Super, super cool. So I'd have to look into why this didn't work. The short code didn't work. But no big deal for the purpose of this video. Just know that it's possible. It looks like there's some spacing maybe that's in there. No? Anyway, not that important. I'm positive it works. Positive it works. Okay. What else do we have here? Let's close some stuff down. Let's go to landing form. Sorry, landing form, and it's also called landing page over here. So you can set up a landing page form, set your custom URL, page title. You can share the link, the form via direct URL, share via direct URL conversational form, embed via HTML, embed via HTML code conversational form. Then you've got all sorts of styling over here on the right. PDF templates. Let's go ahead and check out what this is. Add template. All right, so you can set up a PDF template. Not quite sure what that is for. Let's go over here. The PDF attachment features in Bitform allow administrators to send emails with PDF attachments that can be used to share form entry data or other relevant information to recipients. This feature enhances the overall user experience, enables efficient and branded communication with recipients. Here we go. Administrators have the flexibility to craft their own HTML templates with style to further enhancing the professional presentation of PDF attachments. Okay, that's what that is. So you can come in here, create your own template, apply that, and you're good to go. Okay, double opt-in. This is a nice feature. So a user goes and they fill out a form. Maybe it lands in their inbox. You want it to land in their inbox and you want them to confirm whatever it is that you need them to confirm. Confirm that they had receipt before maybe you send them a free download, a free file, a free whatever, a free gift, that sort of thing. But that is what one of the many things you can do with double opt-in. All right, WP auth. So this looks like you can set up registration forms and then map those various fields. Same thing, login form, forget password form, reset password form. Very, very cool. All righty, I think that covers it. I think we got it. Did we talk about SMTP? Not sure if we did. Back in app settings, let's run through these. I don't think I ran through all of these. So CAPTCHA, you have various reCAPTCHA options. You have turnstile. I recommend turnstile over all of these options personally. So you just connect to your Cloudflare account, set up turnstile. Works extremely well. Here we have payment integrations, PayPal, Razorpay, Stripe, Molly. So let's say we want to set up Stripe. Click on that. Simple connection. Let's go integrations. We looked at that already when we connected WooCommerce. Google Ads, if that's something that you are into, looks like you can easily connect Google Ads to your forms and your account. SMTP, so this is how you want to ensure that the emails are getting where they're supposed to go. So reaching inboxes. You want to set that up for sure. Once you set that up, Maybe you already have SMTP going on your site, but if you don't, you can come in here and set it up through Bitform. Just punch in your SMTP hosting information, come over here to mail test, and then run a test. Here we have the PDF global settings. We kind of talked about this briefly when we looked at the PDF templates, but here you can actually set like the global settings, the orientation, portrait, landscape, watermarking, language detection, set up the fonts that you want to be able to use. You download those to your WordPress install and have those available to use and select with your PDFs. CPT, advanced new post type. What in the world is this? Let's check this out. Custom field type is simply I know what okay. So if you're not familiar with what a custom post type is, like WordPress has some default custom post types like post, page, attachments, things like that. Oh yeah, they tell you that right here. But sometimes you need more. Is this saying that we can create custom post types? Bitform users don't have to install other custom post type plugins as we are providing a built-in custom post type option. Unreal. Okay, so let's go back here. Let's add a custom post type. Let's go recipes. Let's go recipe. We'll go recipes, recipe, menu name, recipes. I've done this in another video where I set up a custom post type. I think that was the ACPT plugin, so that's why this is in there. Recipes. All right, so we need to use dash icons. They give you a link where you can go choose those. Here we go. Let's do a search for the word food. There we go. I'm going to grab this. So to do that, we grab this top one here, like a slug. Let's go back into here. Let's drop that in. You can choose where or who is able to view these custom post types. So we will go with defaults. So let's add it. Okay. So I saw a message briefly pop up and it said refresh your browser. So let's do that. There we go. Here's our custom post type. Let's go in there. We can add a post under that post type. Now, the only thing is, let's go back to their documentation. Do we have more options? Because usually with custom post types, you have a bunch of more options to configure. Yeah, here we go. Field mapping. Okay, so let's go. Let's go. How do we get back? Let's go back over to Bitform Pro. They said to go to integrations. Okay, let's go. What are they saying here? Select the form which you want to apply the integration. Integrations, okay. Okay, so it looks like you might need to come over here if you want to do more than what's there and connect to ACF, for example, if I'm reading that right. To integrate Bitform with CPT, you need to create a custom post type. Yep, we did that. We did all of that. Enter the, okay, we did that. Okay. Integration settings. Select the form on which you want to apply the integration. Okay, let's go back to our forms. Let's edit this contact form. It says go to integrations. Where would that be? Maybe settings. So here we go. Builder settings. Nope. Go to settings, integration, click on the plus. Okay, we select the form you want to apply the integration. Go to settings, integration. Okay, here we go. Settings, integrations. There we go. Plus sign. Okay, so then we could do like ACF here. Very, very cool. Okay, we can select our custom post type here and continue on. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole. Just know that this very impressive that you can do custom post types this way with this solution. All right, let's try to get back where we were, and I will get you guys out of here. I think we are about about done. Okay, so custom post type, and then API. If you want to connect into Bit Apps with from maybe another vendor wants to connect into Bitform using their API, then this is kind of how you can do that. And yeah, I think that's it, guys. This is extremely powerful. Super excited about this. Again, they're not. I don't know if it's the most advanced WordPress builder, but it might be. It might very well be. It is the most powerful one I've ever used to date. And yeah, again, thank you, Bitform and the Bit Apps team for being a partner. Go over to influencewp.com/deals and get your exclusive deal. And I will catch you all in the next video.